Welcome to clients, family and friends to the 6th edition of the DF Insurance Podcast. I'm Anthony De Berardino, Director of the Berardino Family Insurance Services Proprietary Limited, Authorised Representative of Resilium and Resilium Insurance Broking Proprietary Limited. Over the last few weeks, we've spoken about different sectors and industries in Australian business, and today's going to be no different. We're going to focus on the trade industry, including carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and the like. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So the trade industry that I'm talking about can include a variety of different occupations, be them plumbers, carpenters, builders, electricians, drainage contractors, and the like. And they do form a very important part of the Australian economy. So what I want to talk about is, considering a lot of these occupations are sole traders, there are a lot of companies as well, what covers that I generally recommend that people in the trades industry take out. Now remember that these covers are all that I'm recommending is all a very general recommendation and does not take into account your own personal circumstances. If you do want any more information about these covers or further recommendations, please don't contact to give me a call. Please don't hesitate to give me a call. So the first set of covers that I generally recommend the trade industry take out involve two covers. One being public liability, which covers you in the event that you cause any damage to any third-party property or person. For example, you leave your tools lying around and someone trips over a tool, or in the conduct of doing your job, you damage someone else's property, drop paint on carpet, damage someone else's glass while you're repairing timber framing, that sort of thing. Now, the other thing about a lot of insurers' public liability is they cover you for injury to your subcontractors, and there's a particular endorsement that you can take out to do that. So make sure you chat to your insurer or broker about that as well. On top of that, particularly in Victoria and Queensland, there are special trade public liabilities that you can get. For Victoria, it's for plumbers, and Queensland, it's electricians, special insurance licenses that you need on your certificate of currency. So again, make sure you talk to your broker about that as well. The second cover that I would generally really strongly recommend is general property. So in the event that any of your tools are stolen or accidentally damaged, and with some insurers even includes loss, if they are stolen or accidentally damaged, you can get your tools replaced, and that includes any of your general tools. Can include mobile phones, it can include any of your stock in trade, or any laptops or computer equipment or survey equipment as well. So they're the two main ones that I would recommend. And now on to the other covers that I would generally. So the next suite of covers that I would generally recommend particularly for sole traders and for people with proprietary limited companies is a tax audit cover. So if you're ever audited by the ATO and you need to go see your accountants, any accountant's fees for yourself or your business, provided how you set up your tax audit cover, can be covered in that case, for the proviso with a small excess. Then some other covers you might want to have a look at is construction insurance. So particularly if you're a builder, if you're 45, 50, 60, however percent through your construction and the construction is burnt down or damaged, your insurer can pay the costs of rebuilding that for you. And then there's trade credit insurance, which I've spoken about in a previous video. If you've done the job for someone and you've invoiced them and it turns out that they haven't paid you within a specific period of time, you can get reimbursement of that as well, of course with terms and conditions. So what I'm going to do next is go through some claims examples and what people in the trade industry can particularly look for to make sure that they're getting the most out of claims. Examples that I'm going to use for the trade services industry is for a client who has a factory, and factory's gated, and they keep their tools inside toolboxes attached to their utes and trucks inside the factory. If someone was to jump the fence, break into the locks, and then take the tools and take it out, that is something that would be covered by your general property cover. So that is a claims example. It does happen very regularly, particularly in this current climate where people are getting more and more desperate for money. Tools are a perfect thing for these people to steal and sell on the market, because they can fetch quick money. So that's a good claims example. So the best things you can do to make sure that you get the best out of your insurance policy is, once again, make sure that you've got all the relevant licenses and qualifications to do the work that you're doing, particularly if you need to be a plumber, a builder, carpenter, so on and so forth. Next is to make sure that your tools, tool covers are up to date, and make sure that all your tools have serial numbers on them. You have receipts for all your tools, and the insurer knows the exact make and model of the tool that you have, particularly for a lot of insurers. If your tool is worth more than $2,500, they do need to be individually specified. So make sure you have that as well. And for all your tools, make sure that they're kept in locked toolboxes or locked away in a garage. So in the event of theft, many general property covers require proof of forced entry. So there you have it. There is the trade services industry explained in regards to insurance. My name's Anthony De Berardino for DF Insurance Services. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you next week.